How's it going, everybody? Today we have something special planned out. We are going to be doing a tour of the collection room. So it's a little cluttered right now, but this is what we have to show you guys today. So I think what we're going to do is kind of start from the big case, go for the right to the left, and kind of do a little scan around the room. So let's break it down. Let's give it a try. So basically what we have here is we kind of have all 9 generations of Pokemon just kind of ordered in from 1 to 9, and obviously we start out with the classic Generation 1. We got the legendary birds, we got Mewtwo, we got Burger King Mewtwo down here, we have some promo figures.
Which one's Burger King?
The Mewtwo in like the little green vial. I think it was a promotion for it was a promotion for the movie.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, you can take him out and kind of put like a flashlight under him and his eyes will glow. Yeah, we got the starters, we got the promos from Pokemon Generations. Yeah, really like these birds. I want Pokemon to do more of these. Jazzware has done an amazing job at just with the articulation and the accuracy of the Pokemon themselves. And here we have Generation 2. We got Lugia and the dogs, my favorite trio of legendaries. We have the starters, we have an unknown, we have some Celebi, we have a little Game Boy, Espeon Standy.
Game Boy?
Yeah, right
Game
here.
Boy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Then we have Generation 3. We got the starters in the front. We got some DS kind of hangers. We got some little squishy guys. We got Numel that you can... Got Numel in the back there.
Who the hell is Numel?
Numel turns into Camera Up. He's this little guy.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
You can put a little candle in his back.
Kind of like this guy. Oh, he's a candle holder.
Yeah, he's a candle.
That's so sick.
Camera Up.
And you block him away when he could be holding
Yeah, it's a little tricky. Yeah, and then, sorry to throw us all off here, but we got a bunch of Rayquazas and a Rayquaza GX promo card. I'm not quite sure what set it's from, but yeah, we got some vintage stuff, we got some kind of newer stuff. So that is the Generation 3. And then down here we got Generation 4. We got the Creation Trio with the Origin forms and the regular forms.
That's heresy, dude.
Yeah. We got some of the mythical Pokemon here. We got Arceus in the middle. Then we have the nice little Arceus promo with Dialga and Palkia here. And then in the front we have the Hisuian starters from Ancient Sinnoh. And then we have the current starters with Hisuian Zoroark and a regular Lucario. And then Regigigas, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. Just kind of standing in the middle there. And then next to it is Generation 5. And then kind of, there's a lot to see here, but in the back it's kind of the team of 6 that I used in the original games with the starters in the middle.
Who are the 6? Oh,
so that is...
these guys.
Yeah, that is Braviary, Reniculus, Electros, Hydreigon, Haxorus, and Chandelure. And then the 3 starters are Samurott, Serperior, and Emboar.
Oh, they're way back there.
They're way back there. And then, kind of in front of them, we have the legendaries, the box art legendaries, and Victini, one of my favorite, and I think one of the most forgotten Pokemon. He's just kind of riding Kyurem's neck, so the big goofy little smile. And then, kind of under them, we have the, I think they're called the Forces of Nature, with Landorus.
The weird guys?
Yeah, Landorus, Tornadus,
Mustache boys?
Thundurus. Nobody really liked them when they first came out, but
I still don't like them.
but they have gotten popular and they're really good in the actual video game.
That's why people like them.
Yeah, they're super, super good.
Oh, he's good in the game. I don't like him. I just want the best. I don't want a Pokemon I like. I want the Pokemon that are the best.
They've all kind of traded points at some point. Thundurus.
Oh my god, they get worse.
Thundurus used to be the best Pokemon in the game when he first came out, and then Landorus took over, and now currently in Scarlet and Violet, Tornadus is kind of the most popular one, because He's a crafty little guy who's probably one of the best support Pokemon in the game. And then in front, we have the pseudo legendaries. I'm missing a couple of them, either because the figure never came out or the figure's super expensive. But we're starting off with Dragonite from Generation 1, Tyranitar from Generation 2, Salamence and Metagross, the only generation with 2 pseudo legendaries, and then Garchomp, my favorite Pokemon, Hydreigon, Dragapult, and Baxcalibur. We're just missing Goodra, Hisuian Goodra, and Kommo. And for those who know Kommo, he's a super hard Pokemon to draw, and I could only imagine he's a hard Pokemon to make a figure out of. So I'm being patient for that, but hopefully he comes out soon. And then we got White Kyurem and Reshiram. We have OG Kyurem, and then we have Zekrom and Black Kyurem.
Do you have every single Pokemon?
Definitely not.
This is insane.
There's far too many Pokemon. But
There's only like 1,000.
There's 1,024. There's 1,024. But
I definitely see at least 1,000 figures in this room.
But there is also multiple forms, Mega Evolutions, different versions of specific Pokemon.
That doesn't count.
It is never going to be a goal to have a figure of every single Pokemon. It is going to be too hard. But up here we have some of my favorites. We have Xerneas, Zygarde, and Yveltal from Pokemon X and Y and Pokemon... Actually, there is no other one. Hopefully it is soon. There's going to be Pokemon Legends ZA for Zygarde himself. We have the 10% form, little doggo version, the 50% form, and the 100% form with a little Mega Lucario behind him, or in front of him. And then the 3 starters and a bunch of Mega Evolutions that were promos for the cards. And I've spent a very long time trying to track all these guys down. I'm obviously still missing a few, but you know, it's a fairly expensive hobby to collect older promo figures, but I'm very happy with what I have, and I like to display it and show all of you guys. And down here we have Sun and Moon, one of my all-time favorite generations. This generation was just so much fun and introduced Ultra Beasts and Z moves, and over here we have Solgaleo and Duskmane Necrozma, and we have regular Lunala. I'm actually waiting for the Necrozma form from Amazon right now. Hopefully it'll be here soon. And then Necrozma and Ultra Necrozma. Ultra Necrozma is probably my favorite legendary in the series, or Ultra Beast, whatever people are calling him, but he's a ton of fun. I don't super care for Duskmane Necrozma and the I don't know, I guess it's Dawn Wings Necrozma, but Ultra Necrozma was like the ultimate kind of like rug pull, just a surprise from Pokemon, and like I just love him. And then next to that, if we go up here where the Pikachu is, this is Generation 8. Probably the most controversial generation of them all, but super fun. We have Gigantamax Pikachu, Big Fat Pikachu, the legendary Wolves, the siblings of Zamazenta and Zacian, and we have an Eternus in the middle here. A Pokemon that I never thought would get a figure just because of how...
He looks crazy.
Just because of how kind of pointy and fragile he looks, but they did a fantastic job. He even has the little orb in his chest. I'm not going to take him out and show everybody because, well, he's probably in the most delicate spot, so we might get a bit of a landslide. Maybe for a future video we can do that. And over here is Galarian Farfetch and Sirfetch, two of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 8. Farfetch was always one of my favorite Generation 1 Pokemon, but he never really had anything stick out about him except his stick himself, or the stick that he uses. And then Sirfetch is just hilarious with his big leak and his shield. Just really fun Pokemon, just super cool. And then we have the starters. Definitely not my favorite starters in the series, but you know,
I like the monkey.
Yeah, Rillaboom.
No, they're both monkeys.
Well, one's a lizard, one's a monkey, and then one's a rabbit. But he's Rillaboom's probably like the third best Pokemon in the entire game right now. He's super, super good in doubles. Cinderace had his time in the sun, but Inteleon's just kind of there. And then we have Scorbunny, Grookey, and Sobble.
They're friends.
They're all friends. They're also a promo figure from Sword and Shield when it first came out. And then beneath them we have Generation 9, the most recent generation.
The low guys?
The first shelf kind of here.
Oh, the entire... Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we have the 3 final evolutions of the starters with Quaquaval, Skeledirge, and Meowscarada. Obviously, probably the most controversial starters of all time. I've come to love them. I didn't really care for them all when they first came out, but they're a ton of fun, and their figures are cool, and they're just super charming. And
What is this thing? Oh, it's a hammer. I thought it was its own Pokemon. But it's this little guy's hammer.
That is Tinkaton. He is probably, she is probably the most famous Pokemon from Generation 8. She is so much fun. She's so cool. Unfortunately, she's not super good, but she is great. We love Tinkaton with her big hammer. And, yeah. And then next to that, we have Goldengo and Shen Pao. And, oh my goodness, I can't even remember their names at the time. I think this is the first time I've forgotten a Pokemon's name. But we have the Sushimons. I am coming to love Goldengo in his cheesy form. Shen Pao is one of my favorite Pokemon. He looks like my kitty cat Ray. Also next to that, we have Armorogue and Ceruledge, 2 of my absolute favorite Pokemon. They are so cool. They're so much fun. Next to the cheese string, the purple dude and the kind of red guy.
I don't see the red guy.
This guy here.
Oh!
Yeah, he's super fun. Split evolutions. They're super cool. Yeah.
They're on either side of the cheese string, like his guardian warriors.
Because one comes from Pokemon Scarlet and one comes from Pokemon Violet, and that's why one is red and one is purple. And then next to that we have Maushold, probably my favorite Pokemon from Generation 9. Maushold is just a bunch of mice. There is a version with 3 mice, and then there's a version with 4 mice, and I have one with 4 mice. But you can actually take them out of their little spot, so you can pick how many you want. And then next to that we have the first evolutions of the starters just here on the end, and that is Quaxly, Fuecoco, and Sprigatito. Sprigatito is kind of hiding in the back. Fuecoco, one of the best starters ever. I adore Fuecoco. He's so cool. He's so cute. Just like a ton of fun. My favorite fire starter in a very long time. And then beneath that, we'll start here. And just here with Screamtail, the Paradox Pokemon for Pokemon Scarlet. And we have the box art legendary Koraidon with his Paradox Pokemon. Koraidon is a ton of fun. He's super cool. It's kind of funny how he turns into a motorcycle but still runs with his legs, but it's just, there's so much to like about this guy. Like, such a cool Mon. Just, like, I have a lot of nice things to say about him, but maybe that will be for a feature video. Next to that, we have a Terrapagos and some Terra Pokemon. And for those who don't know, Terra Pokemon are Pokemon from the newest mechanic, Terastallization. It's basically you change your Pokemon's type.
They turn into crystals.
Yeah, and they turn all crystally, and it's my favorite mechanic in a while. It makes the game a ton of fun. But we have an Armorogue, Charizard, and Ceruledge. And then next to them we have another Terrapagos in its stellar form. This legendary is a ton of fun. He's super crazy. There's so much hype towards him, and you know, he's the first Pokemon in a while that's just kind of like changed everything. Like, you can't hit him for anything super effective on the first turn, and then he turns into a different form. There's no figure of that. The stellar Stella Tropicos, and I don't see it coming out I don't see it coming out anytime soon because it is almost an impossible Pokemon to make a figure out of. But this is the best we got for now, and I like him a lot. He does a really good job at kind of showing who Terapagos is and the colors, and everything's great. Then next to that, we have the Pokemon from Pokemon Violet, Miraidon and an Iron Thorns. And Miraidon is my favorite of the two. I love him. He is an absolute beast in battle. Like, he's just so crazy. He's so much fun. He actually gets wheels in the game, which is cool, but I love him. Iron Thorns is the Paradox Pokemon from Pokemon Violet. He's a fun little figure to have. His articulation doesn't exist. He doesn't move, but just super accurate to the game. He's a lot of fun. I love Iron Thorns. He's not nearly as good as Screamtail in the video game, but we still like him. And he does a really good job representing Mechagodzilla. And yeah. And then next to that, we have all of the Mega Pokemon. Well, not all of them, but all of mine. But we have a lot of cool ones. We have the starters in the back. We have the legendaries in the back with their primal forms and Mega Rayquaza. Mega Rayquaza is just so much fun. Primal Groudon is an absolute beast. He was the best Pokemon in the game. Playing without him was hard mode. He's so cool. He's just breaking off, making one of my favorite legendaries even cooler. And then we have Primal Kyogre on the other side of Rayquaza. And his articulation's great. He's got like a cool little see-through effect. And it's just, yeah, he's a ton of fun. Mega Evolution was great. Such a fun mechanic, and we can't wait for it to come back soon. But, it's just, not all Mega Pokemon are created equal. The better ones are better than the ones that aren't good at all. When in doubt, you kind of just have to pick Mega Salamence, Mega Gengar, Mega Kangaskhan. And, yeah, but it really helped boost a lot of cool Pokemon by giving them different forms. And something that's a little different from Pokemon, but still kind of on the same page, this is every single Smash Brothers amiibo from Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I guess I'm missing Famicom Rob and just some of the other skins for certain characters, but yeah, I'm super proud of my collection. Everything's in pretty good shape, and we love Smash in this house. It's a ton of fun playing with friends. But yeah, we got everything, including...
Comment if you like items on or items off.
Yeah.
And
comment
if the wrong answer, banned.
Comment if you know how to wave dash, even if you can't do it in Smash Ultimate.
Oh, dude! Anyone that dedicated has played Melee. So what's your favorite amiibo?
My favorite amiibo is probably... I really like Villager, and I really like Kirby, because it feels really nice when you put it up your ass. I think we should just do a hard cut before I say that, or maybe just, I don't know, we can cut it out entirely depending on how funny it is. But,
I'm just gonna leave this all in.
Sounds good. Yeah, just some stuff has kind of moved around, from tinkering with other figures, but yeah. Who's your main in Super Smash Brothers, Noah?
When I was a kid and I had Melee, I just would kind of play them all. There's some that are just easier to play than others. I haven't played a lot of the new one. Frick, man, I can't remember. But if I had the game in front of me, I could tell you.
So that's.
But there's some that you know what it was is I always played with items on as a kid because I wasn't a loser. So. I got and because I would always switch characters, I got really good when there's items on. Because I knew how to use all the items.
I gotcha.
So if you're a try-hard Smash player and you turn items on with me, I can beat you. I don't care how many tournaments you've been to. I will ruin I will make you quit Smash because you'd be like, I can't play against this guy who uses items. There's too many variables.
I really liked playing with the Pokeball and just having a Pokemon battle and seeing who got knocked off.
Oh yeah, that was such a good
That was
move.
a ton of fun.
That would, yeah. Speaking of variables that are unfair, that is, if you play that is one.
Yeah. Well, and beneath that we have the Beast Wars Transformers. Very few are the modern ones. Most of these are the vintage ones from, I don't know, I guess that was, I don't know how long ago that was, but you know what, I basically just have my favorites. There isn't a ton of rhyme or reason. We have Depth Charge here first. He's probably my favorite Maxwell. I love how edgy he is. I love how cool he is. And yeah, and then we have Baboon,
Monkey.
I think his name is. He's a mandrill, which is one of my favorite animals. He didn't make it into the actual show.
Isn't he a baboon?
Yeah, mandrills are a type of baboon. They live in they live in Central Africa.
Wow. Where did dinosaurs live?
Dinosaurs live underground. No more dinosaurs. But
They live in our cars.
they are in the air because we're spewing them out of the back of our cars. No.
They're inside all of us.
Yeah. They are in every toy dinosaur that there's ever been.
True.
Yeah.
It's a good fact.
Yeah, exactly. There's hundreds of dinosaurs in this room. Dinosaurs that have never been discovered are behind this glass. But yeah, they're...
Could you imagine, like, getting, like, your body decomposing and getting turned into, like, a plastic elephant figure?
Yeah, I'd adore that. I hope that...
Yeah, but what if there's something you didn't adore?
I hope that's what happens to me someday. That's what happened to all of my...
I'll do it too.
Yes, thanks, man.
I'll turn you into petroleum.
Hell yeah. I want to be a little Timon and Pumbaa toy. Yeah, this is my collection. The show's a ton of fun. I love animals in real life and I love robots in real life, so it was just cool to like have a show and a series of toys that just did both. And yeah, I'm super happy to have all these guys. And up on the top here on the left side we have my three mains in Smash Ultimate. If I'm going from most used to least used, it's probably King DDD to Corrin to Villager. I adore Villager. Unfortunately, he's not very good, and I'm not the best Villager main in the world, but I am very proud of my ability to play as King DDD and Corrin. And here we have some characters from Axe Cop. We have Yuna Avocado Soldier, and we have Axe Cop himself. And next to Axe Cop is Unibaby, and he appears to have fallen down because of all the mucking around we've been doing. But yeah, if you haven't seen Axe Cop, absolutely check him out. And beneath him, we just have a bunch of random little creatures that I like. We have the family from Bluey. Bluey's a ton of fun. I watch Bluey a lot with my family. And
Most wholesome show
yeah, it's
of
super
all time.
wholesome. And then we have a rat creature, and we have the Death.
Oh, the rat creature was hiding back there.
Yeah. He's supposed to come with a little bowl of quiche, but I have it hidden waved somewhere. And then beneath that, we have three characters from three of my favorite movies. We have the Skeksis, I believe his name is.
Skeksis?
Skeksis. Yeah, he's from the original movie and not the reprint. So he's definitely a hard figure to get your hands on. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. I adore The Dark Crystal. And next to him we have Jareth, also known as David Bowie from Labyrinth. One of my favorite movies, one of my favorite artists. I just puts an amazing performance on. A lot of cool creatures in that movie. I just love movies with cool creatures. And next to him we have Koba from Rise of Planet of the Apes. Well, he's from the original, trilogy, but just one of the coolest villains ever. One of my favorite series of movies ever.
Is he a villain?
That's the moral question, man. That's the moral question. He cares a lot about apes. He loves apes, but he hates humans because of animal experimentation. For those who haven't seen the movie,
Based.
I super recommend the movie. No spoilers, but...
Can I sit on this? Or is he gonna...
Yes, you can sit on that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, and down here we just have a little collection of some Japanese properties. We have the Evas from Evangelion. We have just like kind of like a random trio of some of my favorite animes like Kill la Kill, Chainsaw Man, and One Punch Man. In the middle here we have Gurren Lagann, my favorite anime. Yeah, just like a cool little Relvotech figure. And then next to that we have we have some guys from Attack on Titan. We got Aaron, Levi, and oh my god, fake fan moment, but I forgot the blonde guy's name.
Irwin or something?
Yeah, Irwin.
Was it Irwin?
I think so. That sounds about right.
It's something very British.
Anyway, feel free to correct us in the comments and get mad. And then in the front here we have some Pokemon and Donkey Kong. Here we have the OG Legendary Dogs, my favorite trio. We have Meryl's and a Pikachu and a Donkey Kong behind. And then we have the Paradox Beasts. I have a hard time falling in love with these guys. Like, they're a ton of fun to use in the actual game, but sometimes I have a hard time dealing with how goofy they look. They are a ton of fun, and most people seem to really like them, but I have respect for them, but I think my heart will always go to the OG dogs. It's a hard time seeing some of your favorite things get changed.
Alright, they're supposed to be dogs. Now let's make one a giraffe.
We got, well, apparently there's a ton of lore behind each one. Apparently.
That's how they fix their mistakes. They go, you guys like this? Everyone's like, no, we hate it. And they're like, well, actually,
Yeah.
Like, hey, dude. Like, if everyone hated, everyone loves Typhlosion, right?
Yeah.
Well, they would have released that lore if everyone hated him, right? Like, if everyone hated him, they'd be, well, actually, we wrote some fan fictions you guys are gonna like.
Yeah, exactly. And now everybody is just, like, oddly disturbed of good old Typhlosion. Well, and beneath there, speaking of lore, the lore behind Mighty Beans is they're beans, and they sure are mighty. There is a Mighty Bean for...
Let's look at how many white Mighty Beans there are. I can't even get them all in. There's so many Mighty Beans.
And I don't even have them all.
Oh my god.
Collect them all. Well, it's just...
You think Mighty Beans are the first pop? Just like some lazy thing like they could make a million of?
They got really popular.
But you know what? Here's the amazing thing about Mighty Beans. Say what you want about Mighty Beans, they can do way more things than Pops can do.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that next time you think about purchasing a Pop.
You can't race your Funko Pop in a cool little tube. Well, then these Mighty Beans are not organized in any specific way because organizing your Mighty Beans is a huge pain. And the only real organization is at the bottom here. We have some Pokemon Mighty Beans.
I'm not even at the Pokemon. I don't even know where I am.
It's the
Oh my god, it just keeps going.
Well, we got Star Wars Mighty Beans, and we have some Pokemon Mighty Beans. Just the last two.
What's your favorite thing about Mighty Beans?
They're beans and they're mighty, and just that's pretty cool.
When did you get into Mighty Beans?
We saw a bunch of Mighty Beans at a toy show, and I kind of thought it would be a dumb little joke. Like, it was just like a dumb little inside joke. But it turned out Mighty Beans were super expensive, and I wasn't willing to commit.
It's because the Mighty Bean community is strong.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look how much space. One meme will make you buy probably 100 Mighty Beans.
Yeah.
Don't ask how much these were. They're a lot.
They weren't too much.
I saw one Mighty Bean that was like $50.
I got a lot of Mighty Beans for Christmas. I mean, I got a lot of Mighty Beans for my birthday. And beneath the Mighty Beans, we have another...
Oh, this is what I collected a million of.
Another little thing of nostalgia are my Club Penguin penguins. I loved Club Penguin when it first came out. My brother played Club Penguin. We played together. We did all the cool stuff. We made pizza. We went dancing. We went fishing.
Tried to flip the iceberg.
We did all the crazy stuff. We weren't there when the iceberg flipped, but we were happy when we heard it happened. Kind of in the front here are the main guys that kind of get you through the game. I'm not going to tell you that I know all of their names. I know Rockhopper's name. So Rockhopper's the coolest.
I had a Rockhopper trading card.
Oh, hell yeah. Did you get it graded?
I think someone bought it.
You did! I remember that. That's so cool.
Yeah, the Club Penguin community is strong.
Yeah.
Okay? It's like the Mighty Bean community. Everyone makes fun, but in reality...
That basically kind of
here.
sums up my collection of stuff here.
What are you talking about? One more shelf down here.
Yeah.
You trying to hide?
No, that basically sums up. It's just funny things that people remember that,
Was that Santa's shirt? Okay, never mind.
Which shirt?
Nothing.
Alright, and beneath that we have the...
It says Club Penguin.
We have the Neopets. We love Neopets. Just like the bit of a fake fan moment. I never actually played the game. I just loved collecting them when they were from McDonald's, and I got a bunch of them recently. I found a bunch for a deal, and I grabbed them. I found some figures here.
We were at a toy show, and this guy basically only had these Neopets at his table.
And I grabbed a bunch of them. And then on the bottom, I found some Neopet figures at a toy show, and picked those up too. I love the elephant one. I love all things elephants. So it's just like, yeah, they're fun. I really like showing people my Neopet collection because everyone remembers them. But and at the top here, we just have some like kind of vintage figures and like kind of a more recent build your own Metagross thing. But yeah, just these are just like three of my favorite figures, and I kind of keep them on the top. And beneath them is the mascot Pikachu from when Pokemon Championships were in Vancouver, and that was the Pikachu I picked up. And beneath
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. And beneath that is a bunch of Charizards. Just got a Japanese Charizard EX. We got like the promo figure from, I don't know what the set was called, but it's just got a Gigantamax Charizard. We have like this vintage little Charizard. It used to come with like a little Pokedex or like a little battling dex. It was cool. It's like a little vintage holographic thing, and a Charizard X and a Charizard Y. Alright, and here we have Predator from Concrete Jungle from NECA, and we have, I think it's called a Grid Alien from Alien vs. Predator. There's just two of my favorite figures in general, and I just think they look super cool, and they're kind of hard to get your hands on. And then beneath them, we just have some of like the giants in my collection. We have like the mech from the Lego movie, the Iron Giant, Omegamon, Kong and Godzilla, and Megatron from Transformers 1, one of my absolute favorite movies. And then we have all the Reggies. We have 3 Regigigas because I love Regigigas. And these 2 little vintage robot guys. I'm not quite sure what they are or what they're from. I just got them at like a little shop, and I've just kept them in my collection ever since. And beneath that is something really special.
What is this?
We have Gormiti. This is basically Italy's attempt of making Pokemon
Good luck.
And or chaotic. I found
they all look the same.
Well, not really. They're like,
yeah, they do. They're all just like jacked monster guys.
I think there's 5 different classes. There's like the fire guys, water guys.
Yeah, they're just all jacked guys.
Yeah. But they're super dope. I love them a lot. I'm a sucker for just like creatures,
jacked guys.
Anything that have tried to be Pokemon. Like I love them. I think they're super cool. Don't know. I think if there's a game you can play with them, maybe we'll attempt to figure that out in a feature video. But like, yeah, this is just. I don't think this is every single one ever made, but I think this is like a majority of them. So I'm really happy to have them in my collection, and yeah, they're a ton of fun. Like I love them. And here are the McDonald toys for the 2010 Olympic mascots. I think this is the complete set. I love them. Like I love the 2010 like Vancouver Winter Olympics. That's where we're from, by the way. So we actually got to like go and check out a bunch of the sports. I really love the mascots. I love the art for them. I love the characters themselves. And in the front, this is kind of like the better, kind of higher quality figures. They're a little scratched up just because I bought them secondhand. And I am missing Miga, so I'm hoping to find her one day. But from the left to the right, we have Muck Muck, Quachi, and Sumi. Sumi's my favorite, but
yeah, there was one more, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's Miga. I don't have her though.
Oh yeah, it was like the cat or
no,
like
she's a spirit. She's a spirit bear. So she's a bear that turns into an orca whale. And then we have just like a bunch of the quarters and pins from when the Olympics were here. Yeah, I just these are characters that are super important to me, and I'm really happy to have them in my collection.
And honestly, they're some of the best mascots for any Olympics. Like, I don't remember any Olympic since has had the worst mascots. They're garbage. I remember being a kid and being like, oh, they're always good mascots, and then no, they've been garbage every time.
We miss them.
More Neopets?
And then we got more Neopets, and in the front of them, we have a booster box of the Neopets.
No way.
Battle Dome game, and I do intend on learning the game and making that a future video that we do. Love Neopets. They're a ton of fun. Got some bigger ones in the back. I got a Christmas one. Yeah, and then we have blue ones, lighter blue ones, black ones, and weird colored ones.
What is this?
And then this is Alien Racers. This is something I think I remember it being popular, but like when we were kids, they basically were just they were also trying to capitalize on like creatures like the Pokemon, but they're aliens that basically depict their politics through racing. There's a TV show, but like they're.
I want to lower taxes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Let's
I want to
race.
lower taxes. Let's race. I think you can open them up here. There's
Whoa.
but they're remote control cards with little creatures in them.
They look gross.
And yeah, they are pretty gross. Their whole thing was being gross. Like the green guy, his whole thing was he really likes boogers or something.
Oh.
Like he was like in the show.
Why did this not catch on?
Because it's gross, and I can only imagine these things were expensive, but... Alright, cool. So now we're gonna go with the side wooden brown cases. On the top here, we have the Godzilla from Godzilla -1 riding a BC ferry. I plan on getting, like, some kind of, like, water splash effects, or just kind of, like, fire effects to kind of put on. Yeah, loved Godzilla -1, and I love riding the BC ferries, so I just kind of thought it would be a fun little thing to do together. And below him we have just a bunch of my favorite animals, like nice little figures that I've found of my favorite animals through the year. And in the back it's like a little vintage Rainforest Cafe baseball, just being held in like a little chalice kind of thing. Just some nice little stuff. In the front here we have some just like Australian animals. Behind it,
Oi, mate.
Oi, mate.
Crikey.
And on the side here we have a pink river dolphin, and on the other side,
Where are they from?
they're from South America and the Amazon. They're pink, and they're pink because they eat a lot of krill, I think. And then manatees are from kind of Central America, Florida, just kind of Southern Hemisphere. I think they're also native to Africa as well, but I think they're quite rare. But also
They
from
just vibe around the ocean.
yeah. But also from Africa, we have an okapi that lives in Central Africa. One of
I
my,
don't even know what that is.
yeah,
The hell is that? Is that the rodent?
he's one of the no, that's this guy here. This is like
this.
yeah. He's one of the he's the only living relative of the giraffe, and he just has little zebra stripes on his legs. I don't quite know why, but I've always just thought he's a funky little animal. And then on either side of him, there is an Indian elephant and an African elephant. This one is the Indian elephant with the small ears that look like India, and on the other side, there is an African elephant. You can tell because it's a little bit bigger, and its ears look like Africa. Maybe we'll take it out and take a little peek. Yeah. I quite like these. I had a lot of them when I was a kid, and now that I'm an adult making money selling Pokemon cards, I try and get some of my favorite animals for my little shelf. And this is my favorite band of all time, Twerp. These are my two favorite albums that they've done. I want to get another CD from Digital Nightmare, which probably is my favorite album of theirs, but Over the Top was the album that helped me get through COVID, and Together Through Time, just so many good songs. So many good songs. And in the middle here is when I saw them live in Vancouver as a VIP. and I went to their Q&A, and I was just there early, didn't get to meet them, but like I got to see them perform before they actually went up on stage to perform for everybody else. So, and beneath them, it's just a pin from everybody in the band. Their whole thing is they're kind of Daft Punk meets The Wizard of Oz, where one of them looks like a lion, one of them's a robot, one of them, like I guess he's supposed to be the Scarecrow. His name's Lord Phobos, and then there's Dr. Sun, which, yeah, just my all-time favorite band. No one else even comes close. And then beneath them we have more Pokemon. Just kind of in the back, there are some pseudo-legendaries like Tyranitar, Garchomp, and Dragapult. They're from Jazzwares. I absolutely adore these figures, and I just want them to make more. I really want them to make the Reggies next, but it's looking like they're going to start with the Paldean starters, which aren't my favorite, but like I'll say yes to get more of these figures. I'm absolutely crazy about them. Their articulation's great. Their display ability is great.
What is articulation?
Articulation is just like being able to move the figures around. So like something like this has 0 articulation. It cannot move. But yeah,
More playability.
more playability. And then just in front of them there are some more of my favorite Pokemon. Slowbro, who's a contender for my favorite Generation 1 Pokemon. Oops, sorry, I'm just going to fix that. Aggron, who is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. Haxorus, probably my favorite Generation 5 Pokemon. And Rhyperior and Gliscor, who are just... There's evolutions from Generation 4, from old Pokemon that kind of needed love, and I love them. I just love them. Alright, and this is something very special I got fairly recently. I believe it's the 20th anniversary of Pokemon Gold and Silver, so the Pokemon Company made a golden Ho-Oh. You can kind of display the wings around and move his head and move his feet. Yeah.
What's that called?
Articulation.
It's got a lot of articulation.
Yeah. His tail's a little limp, but I think he's great. I have a really special place in my heart for Generation 2. Because that's the generation where I started like playing the actual video game, and yeah, so that's why I got the Ho and the Lugia, because that's when me and my friends were playing Pokemon at the most. And up here we have a bunch of Ninja Turtles and the Shredder. In the back, they're all the turtles from the, I think it's 1987, the 1987 movie from NECA. They're some of my favorite figures ever made, from one of my favorite movies ever made, from one of my favorite franchises. And in the front, I'm not quite sure what these are. I think they're like an anniversary figure collection, but they're from the comics, and I think they're a ton of fun. They're really cool. A ton of articulation, that's the word of the day. Yeah, but they're a ton of fun. Just missing a knee pad here, but you know, what can you do? And beneath that, we have a lot of cool stuff. We have some Figmas and just like some old kind of vintage figures, but we have Dorohedoro in the back here. We have Hellboy here, and then we have some figures from Promare. And we have, this is one of the Alien Racers, which we kind of talked about before. I have some other ones in the box, but this is like the main guy from like the show. His name's Ultrox. He's cool. He basically can fuse with his car, and he's like a scientist and an archaeologist, and he's cool. And I think I found him at a flea market one day, but you can actually take his little helmet off, and he's just gross little alien guy. But yeah, he's a ton of fun. Obviously, it's a franchise that didn't really kick off and do anything, but it's cool. Over here, we have the Max. I have a VHS from when he kind of had his own little series on MTV for a while, and I loved the series. I haven't really read the comics yet, and you want to shut up? You're loud, pussycat. Anyway, since we were so rudely interrupted. No, I'm just kidding, baby.
She chews too loud.
All right.
Her ears are back.
Yeah, because she's mad at us.
I didn't say hi to her today.
I think maybe that's why she's disturbing you. Yeah, now she's looking at you. Alright, and in the front here we have the most impractical glasses in the world. The glasses from Gurren Lagann, my favorite anime of all time. I kind of have like bigger ones and smaller ones.
Oh, you have two. Put them on.
Not practical, but they do make you look cool. The best advice I have to give is if you wear them, don't wear them while you're driving because they make red lights look like nothing. So you shouldn't wear them. Yeah, maybe I'll wear it for the rest of the video. It'll be cool. This one hurts my nose. Now down here we have Daft Punk. I love Daft Punk. But we have the two guys, Guy Manuel and Thomas Bangalter. Yeah, I love
this.
But yeah, they're just cool. They come with a bunch of different hands, so if you have like a little keyboard, you can actually like put their hands in such a way that it makes it look like they're playing their songs. But yeah, they're cool. I have some in the box, and then I have the two figures that were open because I have no self-control and I like to play with my toys. I don't like them in the box. And beneath we have some more Pokemon. These are some of my favorites in my collection. I have the Latios and Latias Pokemon Center statue, and then they have the Soldew in the middle. I got it for my birthday one year. It was one of the most thoughtful presents I've ever received. And then I believe these three, the Blastoise, the Charizard, and the Venusaur, are the SH Figuarts models of the three characters. Just please, guys, if anyone's listening from that company, please make more Pokemon versions of these. These are the absolute best Pokemon figures you can possibly buy. I have the Mewtwo one. They made a Lucario one. I think they made a Mega Blaziken one, and I'm pretty sure there's a Pikachu one. I haven't seen it, but I'd be legitimately shocked if there wasn't one. The other guys here, these little guys, are also a super cool thing that Pokemon did for a while that they stopped. And please, Pokemon, bring it back. Please, oh please. It is from the TGF.
I don't get what it is.
It's the trading figure game. So I'll take it out here. But basically, you spin it around, and there's a little arrow here. And it basically, I've never played the game because it's not accessible, because all these figures are super hard to find. This is my favorite one, the Feraligatr one.
I think you're the only one that played the game. That's why they're not making them.
I never got the chance. I wish I did. All the figures look amazing. These are the only ones I managed to get my hands on. I had the Lugia one at one point, but I traded it for the Feraligatr, which I probably wouldn't have done if I had the Ho-Oh at the time, but the Feraligatr one is my absolute favorite. It's just, it really makes Feraligatr look like a beast. But yeah, it was a cool game, just never took off. I guess it was expensive for the multi-billion-dollar company to continue to do. But yeah, it's just, I was just really into figures at that point in my life, and I really want more. They are just super hard to find, but yeah, these are definitely a group of my favorite Pokemon figures that I have. And last but not least, at the bottom, we have the same 20th anniversary Silver Lugia from the Pokemon Center.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, he's cool. I think he's got a bit of a silly looking face. But, you know, it's, I think they go...
He has like a kind of like a fat head.
Yeah. And, my kitty cat is using the litter box right now. So please ignore sounds, but... Yeah, this is the Lugia. Which one do you like, Noah? Do you like Ho-Oh or Lugia a little bit more?
Is this like, it's supposed to be silver, but it's just gray and kind of boring. This is like,
yeah.
cool looking Ho over there.
Like his YouTube's name's Caleb Swag.
Hmm.
Caleb Swag, please talk to me.
What are these guys?
Oh, okay. These up here are, these are the Masterpiece. These are some of my favorite additions in my collection. These are the Masterpiece Beast Wars, action figures. So the first one here, the gray one, is Optimus Primal. They're probably the best like versions of Transformers. Like they look exactly like how they do in the show. Just like their posability is great. Yeah, maybe in a different video I'll give them a full review and I haven't mastered transforming these guys. I've been able to do it, and I'm just not fast, and I don't really want to do it on the camera right now. But we have Optimus Primal, Megatron, and Dinobot. And down here we have the Golden Disc, which is a super important part of the show. It comes with the Dinobot figure. Each one.
It's like the Allspark.
It's essentially the Allspark for the Maximals and the Predacons.
And then you have a bunch of I don't even think you can see it. There's like salt up here.
Salt? Oh, it's probably from when I was drilling in the wall, putting the shelves up.
No way. Oh, maybe yeah.
I'm not really the best carpenter in the world. Putting my shitty Amazon shelves up. But down here we have some One Piece. I love One Piece. They have I don't know what company made this Arlong figure, but this is my favorite figure of Arlong. I definitely think it's the best. Not to brag, but he's one of my favorite characters in the show. He's one of my favorite villains. He's not trying to take over the world or do anything super crazy. He's just kind of a dick, and he doesn't like people.
Doesn't like to behave.
Yeah. And these are all my choppers. Just eating his sweets, because Chopper loves sweets.
So there's a story behind this one.
Which one here?
The middle one.
Well, this is Chopper in like his unraged mode. So basically, like Chopper.
Oh wait, these guys?
Yeah, these guys are this dude.
Oh.
So Chopper basically has the ability to like manipulate his body to kind of do what he wants to do. But
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, but when he turns into this big guy, he loses control of himself. He basically
He's the Hulk.
He basically turns into the Hulk, and Chopper is my favorite Straw Hat. And after Chopper, Nico Robin here is my other favorite Straw
You tried
Hat.
to sell this for so long.
I did, but I don't know what I was thinking. I even thought about giving it away for a Christmas present, and then I got to one of the kind of like her times to shine in the show, and I couldn't do it. And now she's mine again. Well, Nico Robin belongs to no one, but this one is mine. You should cut that out. And we should hard cut and go. And
What?
Are you looking?
Fanfi.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can keep talking about Nico.
Oh, no,
No, it's
we're
okay.
done.
Go
I was
ahead.
just-
No. I know you have more to say.
No, that would be this video would get taken down if I had more time to talk about her. But over here we have just like a bunch of random cards and
How
pins.
stable is this desk?
It's probably okay. Maybe don't put both your feet on it, but it's a shitty Amazon desk. Here, I'll scoot this over.
Okay.
You can stand on it for a second.
Okay.
Like on the desk, and then I'll move this here. That should be okay. And then over here we just have like a bunch of random figures and coins and pins. This is my favorite card from Surging Sparks, the Phanpy, just because. For those who don't know, I want to do a video on it someday, but Donphan and Phanpy, as a collective, are my favorite Pokemon of all time. I just love elephants in real life, and everything I could possibly want in a Pokemon is in Donphan and
They're pretty perfect, honestly, as Pokemon.
Seeing Donphan in the original like movie just before any other Generation 2 Pokemon, like as a kid, blew my mind. Like he's my favorite Pokemon, hands down.
I still remember like him in that like movie or short or whatever it was.
He's just perfect. There's not a single thing I would change about him. And the Pokemon Company feels a little bit different because he has 2 different kind of forms now. He's got 2 Paradox forms, which I like. They're up there for me, but sometimes I just don't like seeing the things that I like change.
They're not on the shelf though.
No, because they don't have any figures yet because they're brand new. But someday I hope they would because I'd happily buy figures of them. And here we have the 3 teams in Pokemon Go. We have, I think the Instinct team is the yellow one, but it is me. I'm well aware my team is not the best, but you know what? Support the underdog. Support the underdog. Sure, people like putting baby Pokemon in our gyms and we get our asses kicked, but you know what? It's okay. In the middle here,
it's okay. You're all victims of Chinese spyware, so
yeah, exactly. Pokemon did it first. TikTok. Well, I guess maybe not. It's Japanese property. But in the middle here, we have this Pikachu coin. It's got heads and tails. To be honest, I don't remember. This is from a specific box. I don't remember which one, but I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite coins in the collection. And behind it is a little Wailord in a bottle. I think we got this at not the last card show we did, but the one before. Yeah, I love Wailord. He's also one of my favorite Pokemon, but yeah, I have a Wailord floaty in my storage right now, but it's the winter, so we're not going to use it. And then over here, we just